welcome to Crafters TV and this Craft Along. Oh, it's so nice to be with you on this Bank Holiday Monday. My name is Becky and we have got the wonderful Craig in with us today. Not just the wonderful Craigle. Oh no, we have also got a special guest, but I'll tell you more about her wonderful self very soon. Let me just remind you that if you have not yet used your spend and save, today is completely and absolutely your day. So if you're going to be watching the show, you're going to see some things that you love, including but not limited to some abstract dies. I've also got foam pads galore and loads of discounts. Every single time that you want to see anything, you spend over 30, you're going to get a £5 off. Whether that is £30, €30, $30, you save a £5 and a £5. So if you haven't used that one yet, today is definitely your chance because it ends tonight. Wah, wah, wah. So get it in whilst you can. We have got a fabulous craft along, and if you haven't seen this before, it is kind of just what it says on the tin. We are going to be making a fabulous creation, which I have to say is wonderful from the outside, but even better on the inside. Very much like our Craigle Bagel!
Oh, I was about to say that about yourself there, Becky.
Stop.
Yeah, Craft Along. Beyond excited about this one. Let's go straight in and let's go and show you. It's kind of like a two-for. Not only are we going to be decorating the inside, and this is where we're actually going to start. So this is using our abstract stamping dies. So we are going to be creating a lovely insert here. But then what we can do, let's show you, we're also going to be decorating the front. We're going to be decorating it as a shaker, but we are using those shaker bits from the inside of the butterfly. Clever. So no waste, but we will do the inside bit, we will do the folding, the scoring. We will do exactly as it says in the title, Craft Along Together, and by the end, you'll have made either something exactly like this if you follow the shopping list in a moment, or you might choose to use other cardstock, maybe other dies. It's entirely up to yourself. The option is there and the option is yours. But you do need to know what you are going to need. Now, we have shown these throughout Wake Up Call this morning, as well as my social media pages. So what you're going to need to create exactly what I'm doing here is, or as follows. You're going to need your foliage flurry aperture stamp and die set, the butterfly wishes aperture stamp and die set, your 8x8 paper pad from the All Occasions, the 8x8 paper pad All Occasions Bright, 12x12 texture cardstock from the Pastels, black matte cardstock, white stamping card, heavyweight acetate, water resistant noir black ink pad. Then you're also going to need Scoremaster, small stamping platform, stamping mat, guillotine, pencil and eraser, double-sided adhesive sheets, thin red liner tape, tape pen, foam on a roll, scissors, pokey tool and craft knife, and some ribbon to decorate if you so wish. So that's what you're going to need to decorate and make exactly what I'm going to do. But as I said a moment ago, you might choose to use something completely different and make up your own design, which is completely entirely up to yourself.
And this is the great thing about Craft Along, isn't it? If you're looking at that card and going, well, I have got things that I can make now, but actually in the long run, I really want to make exactly what Craig has, then now is your chance to get these abstract dies. They actually only launched, not Saturday just gone, the Saturday before, so just over a week ago, and they launched on our Taste of event. Well, today, if you haven't used it yet, it's a bit like a Taste of event because obviously it's over 30, so you get a £5 off. So it's well worth treating yourself today. In this collection, what I love and adore is the fact that you are getting so many that give you two elements for the price of one. So for example, in the abstract hearts that you have here, can you see how you've got the heart shape itself, but then you have all of the little hearts inside, which of course you can cut, once they cut out in your die cutter, you can use those for loads of different things. So if you are brand new, the metal here is the die cutter. You'll run it through your machine, whichever one that may be, and it will cut out this lovely element here. You also get the stamps with this, including to the happy couple. As well as that one, I have got for you your balloons. This one just makes me think of Up. I love it so much. If you have seen Up, the animated film, it reminds me of that. Great for any occasion that you might have a balloon at, so that could be anything. We've also got for you your cake. It's a birthday cake or maybe a wedding cake or a sweet 16 cake, whatever it might be. And again, you're getting stamps with this, including but not limited to, let's celebrate. We've also got your foliage flurry. This is one of the ones that the lovely Craig is going to be using for his craft along today. We've also got the star. Now, if you have just tuned in and you missed the wake-up call, let me just give you a sneaky peek. If you like the look of this, but you fancy making this, the wonderful Craig demonstrated this morning, so you can watch that back at your leisure. And then last but by no means least, I've got the butterfly wishes, and this is another that we're going to be using in the craft along today. So let me let you know that if you want the butterflies, the stars, maybe you're looking at these and you're thinking, actually Bex, there's one of those that I prefer a little bit more than all the others. If you get them all in together, it's an absolute bargain, because minus your 20% if you are platinum, for example, it's $31.96 or $43.80. But if you just see two that you really, really like, then you can get them for £14.50 or $20 if you just want two of them. So if you want to make more of a saving, get the big bundle, or you can just purchase the two that you fancy. I did let you know that we had got a special guest in with us today. We've already had a little bit of a natter to her, but I'm excited to hear more. Today it's my pleasure to introduce you to a lady who I'm sure you'll already know. Definitely. It's the wonderful Susie T. Hi, Susie.
Hi Becky, how are you?
I'm really good. How are you doing?
Good.
Now,
Excited to craft along with these beautiful dies.
Oh, they're fab, aren't they? Susie, first off, where are you talking to us from?
I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Now, we have all just been saying how much we want to visit your wonderful, wonderful state. It sounds so magical. What's your favourite thing about where you live in New Orleans?
There's something to do every day. No matter what kind of things you like to do, you'll always find something to do.
I'm seeing a Crafters Companion staff day out. Well, not a day.
I have to have.
Yeah, we'll nip over for a brew to you, Susie. Susie, you're going to be crafting along with us. What products are you going to be using? What have you got ready there?
I'm going to use the Bloom with Grace paper pad.
Oh, I love those ones.
And I haven't decided on the dies yet. The
Ooh.
butterfly, but I don't know about the front.
Okay, well, we can get to that when we get to it. So, Susie is going to be crafting along with us, and we're going to be nattering to Susie a little bit more throughout the show, because I definitely have 1,002 questions about how she keeps her wonderful craft room so neat and tidy. But we'll get to that a little bit later on. For now, though, Susie, you're ready and raring to craft along, and I hope that you are too. The lovely thing about a craft along, if you haven't watched one before, is we do it nice and slowly for you so that you can move along with us. And if you do feel a little bit like you're maybe running behind, don't worry, we'll be stopping, we'll be pausing for you to catch up, and we'll be nattering more to Susie. If you do have any questions at any point, maybe for Craig, maybe for Susie, then do feel free to get in touch with us, because we love hearing from you on socials. For now though, Craig, should we get crafting?
I think we should. So what we'll do is we'll get started, and then every so often where there's a point that feels natural, we'll stop, we'll go back to Becky, you know, let some of you catch up if need be. Maybe you need to go and fill up your cup of tea or that. And same goes to you, Becky. If you think maybe by the comments we need to not so much slow down, because we do go at a slow pace, but if you think we just need to pause for a little bit, have a break to let everyone catch up, feel free just to shout across, and that's exactly what we'll do.
Brilliant.
So what we're going to do to start with is take 2 sheets of our white smooth stamping card, and then we're going to use our guillotine. The only thing it said on the list there, it just said guillotine. It should have said large guillotine, but you would still be able to do this if you use a ruler and pencil. Okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut our cardstock. So lengthways, let's do this to 10 inches. So we're going to come down to 10 inches, and then we're going to cut it to 6.5 inches. So we're going to do that on both of them. So 10 inches by 6.5 inches. So we can come into here. And then what we're going to do, once again, same as I was saying, 10 inches by 6.5 inches. So that means we've got the two of them now good to go.
Perfect.
Now, either using your guillotine, because you've got that scoring guide in there, or using your Score Master, your Ultimate Pro, whichever one that you have to hand, we're going to take one of these and we're going to score it at the halfway point, which is 5 inches. So we're going to score at 5 inches. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take this next one and we're going to do that in 3s. So to keep it really simple, what we're going to do is let's score it halfway again at 5 inches. Then we're going to score at half of that, which is 2.5 inches. And then we're going to score from the middle to the end also at 2.5 inches. So that will be scoring this at 2.5 inches, 5 inches, and 7.5 inches. That'll give us 4 equal panels.
Okay.
And then just going back to this one again, this one was just the halfway point, which is 5 inches.
Okay.
So we can then give that a fold and burnish. So we've got this one. So we've now got our own little card blank, which is here. Then what we're going to do at this one we're going to fold in half as well, give it a fold and then give it a burnish. Then what we're going to do is the other panels, we're going to fold back on themselves. So score, and burnish, and do exactly the same on the other one. So we've scored it and burnished it. So on this one, we get either a W or an M, whichever way that you're looking at it. So that's what we're going to be left with on one of them.
Okay.
So our card blank, and then our shape that looks like this one.
Perfect.
So that's how we are then going to do our cards.
Yeah.
So what we're then going to do now within this one here, so we're going to bring in this centre part. This is what we're going to focus on. And let's bring in our butterfly. So we're going to take the butterfly wishes, and then I've still got a little bit of tape adhesive on mine, so I'm going to pop that back on. So no, I don't know about you, Becky, but I like to keep my dies in the original packaging.
I do if I try.
I'm not one for, I do have magnetic folders and sheets, but I am very, as we talked about last week, I am very Monica from Friends.
Yes.
So I like things regimented in organisation, so I like things in their original packaging.
How do you store the original packaging? Because mine always ends up topsy-turvy and they fall out.
So I have those big block units, you know, from, I'm going to say it, you know, from IKEA.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you can get them elsewhere.
Yeah.
And then I have those fabric blocks that sit inside.
Got
and then
ya.
what I do is I've cut down, well, I've stuck 2 layers of A3 Centura Pearl back to back, and I've used Leanne's glue, all-purpose glue, to make it really tough.
Yeah.
Cut it down to 12 by 12, and I use them as my dividers. So within the box, I have like my alphabets.
That's clever.
But I have them all sitting up. Like if you watch
Yeah.
my Facebook Lives, you know exactly what I mean. I have them in the packaging sitting.
Yeah.
So I'll have like my alphabets, then I'll have a card divider, then I'll have like my numbers, card divider. So I set them that way within my blocks.
That's
Many of you
brilliant.
asked to see a full Facebook Live with me just showing how I've organised them. So
Yeah.
that could be one that I could do from home in the future.
Ah, we could call it the Monica Show. Just quickly,
Yeah.
Rita's just asked, please can Craig repeat the scoring measurements?
Absolutely, I will do. So what we done with on one of them, we scored at 5 inches.
Yep.
So that was on one of them, we scored at 5 inches. Then on our next panel, we scored at 2.5 inches. We then scored at 5 inches, and then we scored at 7.5 inches.
Great.
And then that gives us what will be our W or M. I've got the die in
Perfect.
place now, but that gives you that shape.
Thank you.
So now what I've done is I've popped my butterfly within the middle. I've kept the butterfly straight. You might want to have it at an angle. You absolutely can. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to, I had my junior with me this morning, so my card is just ever so slightly longer than my Gemini Junior plates.
So you're swapping your machine.
So all that I'm doing, swap my machine. I'm going to keep my Gemini Junior plates because my die only needs to get cut into this area. But what I've done is I've gone over into my large Gemini and we'll feed it through that way. Oh, look at that. Doing so well.
You could just pretend that you wanted to show us another card.
That's exactly what it was. I love your thinking. Love your thinking. So same plate configuration as always, plastic, magnetic, and then top plate. And then what we can do is we can run this one through. So we've got our little lip of our cardstock. So we'll make sure that's all lined up. It's going to go through. So that one is going to pop all the way through. And as it comes down, even although it's the junior plates and the large Gemini, it'll have die cut within the circle, or in the centre. And I'm carefully going to peel my low tack tape off. And all these butterflies that come out, these are whole butterflies.
Aww.
So we are going to keep them for our shaker. But then what we're also going to do, just shortly, is we're going to use this die again into a piece of coloured cardstock left over so that we can get a few more colours.
Oh, brilliant.
So we're going to pop them and I'm going to move them to the side so that I've still got them. And then now we've got what is our abstract aperture of the butterfly within the middle right here.
Perfect.
So then I think, will we take a minute before we move on to the next bit?
Yeah.
Let's do that. All that we're going to do in a moment is go on to the next stage of doing a butterfly again in a different way. So if we just take us a minute or two and then we'll come back and we'll move on.
We have got loads of people tuning in from all over. Hello to Mary Pat saying, hello, morning, sunny Montana today. Montana's a really lovely name actually, isn't it? Montana. Anyway, hello to Linda saying good morning from Florida. We've got Peg in from Indiana. We've got Charlotte in from Tennessee. Hello to Georgie Ann saying hi, Becky and Craig from Clearwater in Florida. That sounds beautiful. Mm-hmm. We have got Adriana, I love that name, Adriana, saying, I like to keep my dies in the original packaging as well. I keep them labelled by group in plastic storage boxes. That's organisation, I like that. And actually, speaking of storage, I have got some Totally Tiffany, and these would be perfect if you do like keeping your dies all in the right place. This is a 4x6 fab file that we're bringing to you here. You're going to be getting the pockets and then you're also going to get an extra 5. So you're going to get 10 of the pockets in total, which is giving you a third off the price. Now for me, to keep everything nice, neat and tidy, $5.99 is well worth it because I will be honest with you, I'm not afraid to say this, I have lost dies and stamps before because I don't store them properly, so this is a great way to use it. Not only have you got that, we've also got the small guillotine, if you would like a little guillotine. You saw Craig use the larger one earlier on. It gives you a nice, crisp cut line, time after time, and also you do have the guide marks in it so you get the right size, but also you can score on them if you want. If you need to stock up on some glue and tape, then you're in the right place today. I'm bringing to you a big collection. You're getting 5 different elements within here. You've got tape pens in there, you've got your dotty pen as well, you've got your all-purpose colour glue, you've got your foam on a roll, which is sticky on both sides, and you get your red liner tape, super strong. And you are getting all of that today for £12 or $24.50. That is a saving of 30%. And let's be honest, if you need glue, you need glue. So you buy glue, even if it's full price glue. But if you get glue on a discount of the glue, then you're happy. I mean, clear as mud. 4 all-purpose glues here today for you. It's £8.97. You and I both know that in certain craft shops you can go and purchase different types of glue for more than the price on screen just for 1 tube. But you're getting 4 of them here at that price, saving 25%. And I've also got for you some wonderful card stock. These are your big ones, 12 inches by 12 inches, and you're getting 72 sheets in total. You're getting the bright and the pastels. If you want to see them up close and personal, I'll show you them a little bit later on. You're saving a tenner or nearly $13, so do seize the moment whilst you can. Hopefully you have all caught up a little bit now. We'll be saying hello to Susie again shortly, who, by the way, is apparently multitasking. Not only is she watching, she's crafted along, and she's commenting on YouTube. But we are going to carry it on now with Craig. What's the next step, my love?
Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another abstract butterfly, but we are going to do it on a smaller piece of cardstock, and that is then what is going to stick nicely over the top here. So take one of your orange coloured cardstock from your pads. And now what I'm going to do with this one is I am double checking the size of my butterfly die. So if I come here, so it's going to fill a 4x4 piece of card. So let's cut our cardstock 4x4 so you can see that fits nicely. And the reason being is I don't want to come and take my cardstock and stick the whole lot onto my double-sided adhesive sheet. I only want a little bit because I want to save all the rest. So take one of your double-sided adhesive sheets, and then what I'm going to do is peel in the back end off of one corner, and then have it so it's the textured side facing up. And then what I'm going to do is close to the edge as possible so that I'm not wasting any. I'm going to stick it down. I'm going to flatten to make sure that it is nicely stuck. Now you can either use your craft knife to go all the way around and release it from the adhesive sheet, or you can use your scissors, but what you don't want to do is peel this off and start cutting from the edge here. That's going to stick and gunk your scissors, and it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. Now this doesn't need to be 100% square. All that we need is to make sure that we've got enough card. So if you put the release back in over the top and then cut to the inside of your cardstock, that means it releases out and it's not sticking your scissors. So if I show you by taking that away, see how I've got a tiny little bit of cardstock left? That just enables you to cut it out if you find it easier using your scissors, and it makes sure that you're not gunking up your scissors. I've got a tiny, tiny little bit to the side here left over. So again, I'm going to trim away that excess adhesive so that it doesn't gunk up or die. This bit's the backing that's left over. Now don't bin that, because that's a coating. It's a non-stick. So either, if you're doing your foam pad images, take all the foam pad off your images, stick them on these sheets, and then it means they're ready, good to go. Or if you don't have a non-stick craft mat, if you like to use your the wax seals from Sarah's Signature or Nature Garden, do them onto here. Once they dry after a few moments, you can peel them off. Same with glitter dots, anything like that that you like to create are always good on these backends. So don't ever bin them, I don't. But now that we've got our sticky back, basically we've got our sticker now. So what we can do is come along and pop our butterfly in, and then we can tape it down. And then what I'm going to do, so I don't tear the outside of my card, because we're actually in a moment going to draw around it using our pencil. So I'm sticking into my butterfly apertures, not on the outside. We're going to run this one through again, but because it's got, it's got 3 layers, it's got the card, it's got the adhesive, and it's got the backing, what I'm going to do is pop my metal shim in place. And then we're going to pop all our layers up as normal, plastic, magnetic, and top plate. Now I will be honest with you, the chances of that die cutting without the metal plate is very high. More than likely will, but for extra security, because we're live, we want to kind of get everything done at least in one pass. I'm putting it through. But you know, if you can't find your metal shim or that, then just now, don't worry, you'll be able to still use it.
Oh, look at those.
Now, we've got all these little butterflies. Now, these ones I'm not going to be using for my, I'm going to use a couple just shortly, but not all of them. However, these are all self-adhesive, these are all stickers, Becky.
Yeah.
They've got the adhesive on the back.
Yeah.
So you can be using these for stickers wherever you need. A few of them we will use to decorate the inside of our card at the end, but I'm going to take the adhesive bits off, making sure, once again, like the white ones, I've got all of my butterflies to the side in case I need them. Even little diddy ones, so cute. So I'm going to move that to the side just now. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to slot my die back into place. And it's very easy to do that. You just feel it lock in. You know, it's a nice design, multiple designs within it, so you feel it slot into place. Then we're going to take our pencil and we're going to draw around the die. And what that's going to do is that's going to give us an outline that we're going to cut around with our scissors, and then it's going to give us a border and a freed butterfly image that we can then use, and that's what's going to cover the white lines of our aperture that we've just cut a few moments ago.
The one, sort of the inside pop-up?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
So please don't think that they're aperture dies, so unless I cut my card to a specific size, that's the only way I can use them. Use your dies as an outline as well to draw around them. Every single die has got an outline of a couple of millimeters. So I can then bring this one in. I'm going to use my scissors, and then I'm going to follow the line all the way round and cut it out. That will create a separate butterfly. So we're going to start, whatever area you feel comfortable. I feel comfortable with my tiny scissors. You might find it easier with the large. It's whatever you feel. I'm more than happy, Becky, if you've got any questions or comments of that, because all that I'm doing is going to be cutting, nothing else.
Perfect. Teresa's in saying, good morning everyone. I've saved this video because my collection's not here yet. So good luck on getting that soon, and well done on the save. Lorraine is in saying, good morning again. Finally, a craft along where I have everything I need. Lorraine, enjoy that. And don't forget, if you do wish to send in your pictures of where you're up to or what you've done or whatever, then do feel free to send those in as the show goes on, and we'll give you a bit of time at the end as well. We've got Heather asking, Craig, please can you show us your organisation one day?
I definitely will. It is on one of my many Facebook Lives to do from home, but trust me, it's near the top on my list of Facebook Lives to do at home, because so many of you do ask about it. So
we'll
it
keep our people
is in the
peeled.
planning very soon.
Lots more people talking about organisation as well. Rosalind has said that I found since I've taken my stamps and dies out of the original packaging and put them in the Totally Tiffany folders with the mat, I have freed up so much space. That's actually a good point, because the packaging is quite, it's not bulky, but with a lot of it, it gets it, doesn't it?
It is, it really does. And mine is exactly the same. And I totally get and understand why people like to take away their packaging. Yes, it does give you more room. And I wish I was like that. It's just, I'm very pernickety when it comes to storing things. I always like to have them in their original packaging.
Yeah.
And saying that, you know, we're so lucky that we have Totally Tiffany on board that, for instance, my nesting dies, I do use, and funny enough, the little picture that you showed earlier, you know, with the Tiffany folders, the little dividers.
Yeah.
I do use them for my nesting dies,
right,
because I use my nesting dies all day, every day. So I store them in it, but I still store them in their original packaging inside the Tiffany dividers. So,
I see.
So yeah, I still do it that way, but yeah, everyone's different, but I totally understand why so many love to have them in specific storage.
As they are. Carol is saying, great tip to do with the sticker on the back of the butterfly, Craig. Jay is saying, I love these dies and had a play with them over the weekend. Oh, send us a picture of what you did. Go on, we love to share with each other, because let's be honest, we're all creatives here, right? So it's lovely to help each other out and sort of get inspiration from each other as well, and see people doing different things in different ways. And that's what I have always loved about crafting. You can all have the same things in your stash, but the way you put them together can really be inspiring. The information's at the bottom of your screen now if you would like to send us some pictures. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. And just as a brief reminder, if you would like to be inspired, today we're not only going to be doing a demo of the show 2 times over, we're going to be doing demo of the day, and then demo of the week, and demo of the month tonight as well.
Wow.
Demo of the day? No. Sorry, I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Georgina's going, demo of the day will automatically win it. No, because we didn't do last week's demo of the week. Yeah, so we've got all of those ones on the middle shelf. And this one.
And this one.
Yeah, so if you fancy being inspired, that's coming up in a bit. Good cutting out, Craig. Very neat.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I do like a bit of fussy cutting. Now, all that I've done afterwards, I can't find my my eraser. Let me just quickly clarify.
Yes, I think you should.
We came across this on an early wake-up call. For you Americans, we call an eraser a rubber.
Yes.
We do sometimes say eraser. A rubber in America is not.
No, it's not.
So
yes.
Yes, and I'm saying it with a straight face because I'm being serious when I say I don't want to catch anyone out. If you hear us catch us saying rubber, it's to do with an eraser. Let's just leave it there. So what absolutely, we're not being inappropriate or trying to be cheeky or any sort of way. It's just what we call it, but you do call it, I mean, it's something
like
totally
escalator
different.
and elevator and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. So now that I fussy cut all the way around and I use the eraser to take away any excess pencil lines, what I'm going to do, because we've now got this sticky on the back, now if you didn't have any adhesive sheets, you could do what I've done a moment ago and then use your stick and spray, or maybe even your dotted tape runner. So there is ways around it. The easiest way, once you get the back end released, the easiest way is to do it with your adhesive sheets, because then by peeling this last bit off, there we go, if I get my pocket tool in under there, it's simply the case of peeling it all off, and then what we can do is come along. Now you can either do a little bit of a drop shadow, or if you want to go direct over the top, like I'm going to do now. So what I'm doing is I am popping that directly over the back. I'm loving how you guys are having a good laugh on Facebook just now, you know that? There we go. So getting that lined up, pressing that into place, giving that a good press with my hand, and then what I'm going to do, only carefully, I'm going to press that together.
Sorry, I'm just giggling now because did you hear Georgina?
I did hear that, yeah.
In Australia, they call thongs flip-flops, but that isn't what it means here in the UK.
No, it doesn't.
Oh no, flip-flops. Flip-flops are called thongs in America, in Australia, yeah.
That's right, yeah. Not here.
So if I say, hey Craig, you're going to be grabbing your thongs today, it wouldn't mean that.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be that at all. I love some words that are just like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although, let's say, saying thongs isn't embarrassing by getting caught out then if you were to say the opposite of an eraser.
No.
In America. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah. Yeah, but what if you got an invitation that was like, oh, it's, you know, wear an interesting thong, and you rock up, everyone else is in flip-flops, you've got the wrong end of the...
That's true. That's true.
Just a thought.
Anyone that doesn't, it's an underwear garment.
Yes,
if you didn't know. Yeah, very little underwear garment. Shall we go on to the next bit now, should we?
Let me.
She looks all cute and innocent, but she'll lead you down that garden path. So she does.
I pick up the spade and you just start digging.
I'll dig for the country, don't you worry.
We have got for you your Totally Tiffany storage now. Just whilst you're catching up, we're bringing to you the Totally Tiffany today. This one is the one that you will normally get the 5 pages inserts within it. Today we're going to give you that added 5 as well. So whilst you're catching up, if you do need any storage solutions, this is your way to do it. As you can see, wonderful packaging within here. You can see that you've got the translucent element to it, which means you can see all the way around this fabulous bit of kit. You have got your little lock top at the top here, and then inside you have your pages. So all of these little pages are individual. You'll see that you can hold a few dies or stamps in each one, and they also have the little up section here where you can put your own titles. Maybe you want to do it in theme order, you know, you want your sort of florals, for example, in here. And you're going to be getting 10 sets of added bonus, 10 total pages to insert within here. It's a wonderful way of getting all of your things nice, neat and in order. And I also like these because if you are to have them on, you know, your shelf, you can, of course, you've got a nice big area here to maybe label them with, for example, I don't know, vintage diaries, and you know that it's all going to be in there nice and easy. You get it out, you pop them back in, nice and organised. And that is for the likes of stamps and dies. I mean, there's loads more. If you store anything else in there, do let us know. Not only have we got that on the show today, I've also got your 12 by 12 cardstocks now. These ones are your textured cardstocks that I'm bringing to you in the pastels. And these are, the texture of them is almost like close-up of a cotton, for example. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to sort of see this quite, but it's really interesting textured detail that you've got on this, and you almost have the reverse of it on this side. Let me flick through the colours on this one for you, because these ones are your pastels. And I say pastels, they are slightly more muted. Sometimes I think when you think of pastels, you think it's almost hard to see. Like, I don't know if this is something everyone else has experienced, but when I was younger, there was a big trend in getting different types of paints that were very close to white. You know, so there'd be like white with a hint of apple, and it'd be like the tiniest bit of green, or white with a hint of custard. But they all just looked white, didn't they, you know? But these aren't like that. They've still got that gorgeous saturation. And then I've got a beauty here, and I know that this has been really popular because I did a show the other day, and it was in a bundle and we couldn't bring any more because there wasn't any left. But we've got it in this bundle here, and wow, this is perfect. If you love your rainbows, if you love those feel-good colours, all of those ones in there, 12 by 12, you are getting $29.98 or $37.42 on those ones. If you do fancy treating yourself and stocking up, those ones are ones you're going to be using time and time again. Let's have a little check on in with how Susie's getting on. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Becky.
How are you getting on with your craft along?
Very good. I'm all up to speed.
Good.
I wanted to show you those boxes that you were just showing.
Ooh.
That's how I store all my stamps and dies, but I leave them in the package.
That's what I do.
And this is a box of creator cards. And then
see.
if I open the cabinet, I don't know if you can see.
Oh, wow, that's organised.
It's full of...
Wow.
That looks incredible. Susie, what is it that you love about the Totally Tiffany? Because I can see that you've got a fair amount there.
I do. I have Totally Tiffany everywhere. I have the die files and all of the boxes. I have the paper cart and the paper handlers for the 12 by 12 paper. It's so organized, and everything is right at hand.
Yeah.
See what, Susie, you showed a minute ago? That's what I do with all my nesting dies and that, Susie. That's what I do with mine. I just find it so easier. For me, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know where everything is, and I can just go into the cabinet and pull out that one box.
Yeah. I bet you have maybe friends or family that go, where would you find everything? But you could be like, I can tell you exactly where it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's all labeled.
That's just what it's like in my house, but people say, how do you find everything? And I go, I can't. I am not as organised as you, Susie, although I wish I was. So you're getting along well with the craft along. Can we have a sneak peek at a little bit of it? Do you mind?
I'm up to speed with my butterfly.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
great colour.
I did pink instead of orange.
Love that.
That goes great with your colour themes that you're going for.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Right, we are going to carry on with the craft along and we'll come back and natter to you in a little bit, Susie. So hopefully you are like Susie and you are all caught up, and now we will carry on. If you have just tuned in, this is our craft along. The main focus is on the abstract icons that we did for you. We only launched them not this Saturday but Saturday before. So if you haven't managed to get them yet, they are on offer today, and we will carry on now with the lovely Craig. I'm with you.
Let's go for it. So what we're going to do is, going back to that piece of cardstock that we used to cut the aperture of the butterfly, we want some more butterflies to go as the shaker element. Now you could use the little bits of butterflies we had left over, but because they are sticky on the back once we remove the backing, I didn't want to really use them as my shaker. I want to keep them to decorate elsewhere.
Okay.
So therefore I'm just taking another piece of that same card and we're going to run this one through. So although it is the die cut bits that we are going to keep and use, this is now another abstract butterfly that you could be using elsewhere. Alternatively, it could be a specific size piece of card that you maybe want to do for a future project, and that means that you've already done the die cutting, so that could be like 6 by 6 or something.
Lovely.
Means you've already done it, pop it to the side in an envelope or your storage, and then you can keep them for another time.
Great stuff.
So we're going to pop these bits out. So we will then have a nice mixture of white and a nice mixture of the light orange, which are going to be our shaker. So I can then pop them ones to the side. And what I have done beforehand, out of all of those butterflies that came out originally with the sticky back, I've kept aside 2 big, 2 medium and 2 small.
Okay.
And they are the ones we're going to use shortly to just decorate the inside bit here.
Lovely.
You can do more if you want because you have loads left over, but I'm just using 6 of them. So that gives us all our shaker elements done and all the die cutting done when it comes to our butterflies. So then what we're going to do is we're then going to be taking our cardstock. So what we're going to do is take our orange card from the card packs as well as the pattern piece. This is the design that I've used.
Lovely.
So when it comes to the orange card, I'm going to cut a mat down to 6 and, so well, we'll do 2 1/4 first. So we'll do 2 1/4 by 6 1/4. So that's 2 1/4 inches by 6 1/4. And we're going to do that again. So 2 1/4 by 6 1/4. So that now gives us our 2 layers. So then what we're going to do, I try, Georgina, I try. Georgina's saying that I always pick happy colours.
Yeah.
I'm a happy guy.
You are.
I'm a happy guy.
You are.
Not first thing in the morning though, that's a different story.
Oh, are you not?
Well, it's not that I'm not. I am cheery and that. Just don't bombard me with lots of questions.
Right,
No,
okay.
at least let me get up, have a cup of tea, watch 20 minutes of TV, then start bombarding me with questions.
Okay.
I'm fine. But I'm not moody first thing in the
No.
morning. That I'm not.
No.
Now what we're then going to do is we're going to bring in our pattern paper. So we're going to come down 1/4 inch. You know how I like to do my mats in layers. So we're going to come down 1/4 an inch now to 2 inches by 6 inches. And then we're going to do the same, 2 inches by 6 inches here. So then these ones are now giving us our mats to go around the side here. So that gives us our 2 mats that you can see here. So what we're then going to do is then take our additional piece of pattern paper. So I've gone for another bold
Love that.
orange, but it's got that slight bit of pattern in the middle. So for this one, what I am going to do is let's take this one out here. So I'm going to cut this one down. So what it needs to be is the same width of our card blank.
Okay.
So you know how when it came to this, it was 6.5 inches? So I'm going to do 6.5 inches, and I'm going to leave it like that, because what's going to happen, this is going to be the center behind there. So it doesn't need to be really long, because you're not going to see these end panels. All you're going to see is this middle bit. So don't think as though if you're using pattern paper, it doesn't need to be the width of this full panel. So that is 8 inches by 6.5 inches, and that's going to be the back panel there. And then before we go on to the next bit, Becky, what I'm going to do is take my Noir Black Water Reactive, and I'm going to come around my 2 pattern pieces and this background piece, and I'm going to add a little bit of black all the way around. Very subtle, like I done on Wake Up Call this morning with that scrapbook page.
Yes.
Very subtle, but going around all of the edges.
We've got so many people messaging in. Some people messaging about thin footwear, i.e. thin underwear. Anne is one of them, saying, when I was a kid, we called them zoris, like the Japanese sandals. Not sure if other people did. My grandparents lived in Japan for several years and brought them back for us.
Okay.
That's wonderful. Zoris. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Z-O-R-I-S. Zoris?
Zordis.
Maybe. Aisha's in saying, I absolutely love being a morning person. And antonym to that, lovely Karen is saying, I am a confirmed night owl. I suppose, do you like to craft at night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, so this is going to be like breaking news for many of you.
This just in.
News just in. The last thing I want to do first thing in the morning is craft.
Well, I never.
Gets to maybe about 11 a.m. This is why Wake Up Call's brilliant at midday here in the UK. I am such a night owl when it comes to crafting. That's why I do my Facebook Lives late at night.
Yeah.
You know, first thing in the morning, to be honest, I really don't want to do anything first thing in the morning other than have a cup of tea and watch Good Morning Britain. But yeah, I'm not much of a crafter in the morning. So work-wise, I tend to do my emails and get things sorted, do that sort of stuff. But yeah, by 11 o'clock onwards, 6, 7, 8, 9 at night, yep, into the night, yep, that's when I craft.
Yeah, I'm exactly the
Night
same,
owl
I have to
crafting.
say. Exactly the same.
It's funny that, isn't it?
Because obviously with my, I'm such a night owl crafter that with my business, I purposely add on an extra day for dispatch, because I know that if I am running behind, I'm not going to want to wake up and start crafting, even if I need to catch up. So I always add an extra day for a little bit of safety.
Yeah, you have to, and that's a good way of doing it. And the thing is, we obviously, us and you at home, we don't need to explain ourselves in the fact that we love crafting.
Of course.
We absolutely, it's in our blood. We love doing it. We are so lucky here at Crafters Companion. We get to do what we do.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, I know we don't need to explain ourselves, but we are all human. And like I say, the morning I find tougher to think of ideas and inspirations, whereas at night time it seems to flow. But there's so many of you out there that the last thing you want to do at night is craft.
Yeah, it's
and the
funny,
first
isn't it?
thing that you want to do first thing is the morning. So, you know, it's peaks and
Different
troughs,
strokes for
isn't it?
different folks, as
Yeah,
they say.
absolutely, it is. So we have taken our 3 pattern and gone around with Noir Black. So what I'm going to do is set these ones to the side just now. This piece here, let's bring in my scoreboard, and we're going to fold this one in half. So let's take our scoreboard. So because I've kept it the length it is, it's 8 inches. So we're going to go in at 4 inches, and we're going to fold. And I'm doing it lightly because what's going to happen is if we fold over our line, so folding it up into place, this is then going to sit on the main back of the card base. So I'm then going to come in with my tape runner. So what we can do on the back is add our adhesive. So I'm going to go all the way around, here, here, and then into here. And then what I'm also going to do is do the opposite side.
Okay.
So then, if we come in now with our main card blank, so this is the one where we folded in half. I'm going to fold it over. I'm going to come right up to the fold edge of my card blank. I'm going to press. I'm going to fold that one over, and then that creates fold within our card.
Lovely.
So we've got our card base all there. So let's give that another burnish. So it's down, and then let's go in. If you find it can be a little bit taut into the center bit, what to do is just get it pushed in ever so slightly more. That'll stop it being from as taut, but you can see here how we've got the workings of the inside.
Great.
So we can then come along at this bit. Let's pop our panels on together before we do the outside. So same double-sided tape or tape roll or any adhesive that's your choice. We can mat and layer these into place, and then these are going to go onto the panels at each side. So we can do this one. So I think if we pop these panels on, we'll pop our butterflies on, and then we'll have a little break to recap before we move on to the front of the card.
Great.
So popping them ones on. Now I'm using colour cardstock, but you could use glitter cards if you wanted to. You could use matte card if you wanted to. So many different cardstocks that our dies are going to go through. So you can have a bit of a play. Or maybe you've done some backgrounds when you were watching Debbie Fisher on Colour Me Happy last week. That would be good. Starting to create your own panels in that way.
That's a nice idea.
So then there we've got our inside working. So then on these same two panels, these ones here, turn them over, and we're going to add adhesive onto these two.
Okay.
So against the edge, all the way round, and I do a little bit in the middle, something I always do, even with my tape, going all the way round. So if we come back in now with our card blank, so I'm then going to go edge to edge, here and here, and we can press that one down. I'm going to turn it around, and then this side, we're going to go edge to edge and press. Because it's our double-sided tape, give it a good little run with your fingers just to heat it up, keeping in mind there's 2 layers of cardstock and then pattern paper. So then that gives us our card, where you've got the pop out, the cake card that you can see here. And then last but not least, we will at the end add a sentiment, but the last but by no means least for now, let's take some of these butterflies that have die cut that's got the adhesive on the back. We're going to pop them. So let's do a big one. Let's do a medium one. And we're doing them at different angles. And then let's do a smaller one.
Did you know that if you see 3 butterflies together, it's meant to be good luck for the rest of the day?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we've seen 3 butterflies now.
What if you, say you want to cheat and go to one of those like butterfly farms?
Right,
Does that count?
Well, that it depends how poor or good the farm is, because if you're going to a farm and they only have 3 butterflies, can they really call themselves a butterfly farm?
Yeah, but say they have like 90 million butterflies.
Okay, right.
And they're flying together.
Yeah, but I'm saying 3. So, so what you're suggesting, that you walk in, you see 3, and then you just close your eyes and walk around?
Yeah, why not?
Well, Chester Zoo, which is down the road from me, actually has a butterfly house. So if you would like a trip down, I can't wait to see you spotting 3 and then mingling your way through.
I just thought maybe good cheat. Saying that, I've never seen 2 butterflies before. Never. So
really,
only ever seen 1.
Oh,
so it must be like finding a 4-leaf clover, is it?
Maybe.
Very hard.
Maybe. Could be. That looks beautiful, Craig.
So I've positioned them so that they're all flying up at an angle that you can see here. You can of course have them any way you so wish. But that one, other than the sentiment at the end, that is the inside of our card done.
Great.
So any questions, anything like that we need to go over, or any comments or that we will do. And then what we'll do is we'll come back and then we'll do the front of the card.
Thank Thank you, Craig. So whilst you're catching up, let me quickly recap what you're getting in this abstract die collection. I have got for you your endless love. These are the hearts creating the heart. Your balloon boutique as well. Oh, you've also got your celebration card. Not only that, we have got the foliage flurry. If you are crafting along with Craig and you want to create the exact same card that Craig is, then this is the one we're going to be using next, so make sure you've got it to hand. You've also got your star of stars, and you've got the one we've just used, your butterfly wishes. As a brief reminder on these ones, if you did want to get the whole collection, that's how you're going to save your pounds and pennies or your dollars and cents. But if you did want to get just 2 of them, then they are currently available to get to £14.50 or $20 if you so wish. So there's lots of people who have been messaging in. Rebecca's just asking, is today a bank holiday in the UK? Yes, Rebecca, it is. It is spring bank holiday here in the UK. We have 2 bank holidays in May. May's a good month for that. We have May Day at the beginning of the month, and then this is the spring bank holiday one. Peg is saying, what size are the dies, please? If you've already said, okay, I'll catch it on watch back. So the size of the dies, if you have a little look, they do slightly vary. I did have a see of one. They're around about 3.5 by 4 inches on these ones. If these are the ones that you meant, Peg, if not, do message me again and I'll clarify that for you. Loads of people are making along. I can tell lots of people agreeing about crafting in the morning, and bless, Karen is saying, I occasionally get given classes to teach that start at 7:45 a.m. and then she says horrors. Oh, bless you. I don't mind it so much if it's a craft class though, because I feel like you're in the zone for it. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for all those messages. We have got so much more to come. I'm going to be nattering more with the wonderful Susie, and we are going to be treating you to some more of these wonderful demos. Get your messages in now whilst you can. Make yourself a brew, and we'll be back after these 2 short videos.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
Welcome back to Crafters TV. We are partway through our craft along with the lovely Craig, and it's all focused on the abstract shape stamp and die collection that you can currently see on your screen. We've got a saving of over 15%. I want to remind you as well that today is the final day of the spend and save. If you've not used this yet, let me just let you know. As soon as you're spending over £30, dollars or euros, you can save yourself a fiver. Yeah, really. So all you need to do is spend and then you'll save some. So it's a wonderful opportunity for you to get those things you want and need. We are doing a craft along and we've been really lucky to have our wonderful special guest with us. It's Susie. Hi again, Susie.
Hi, Becky.
How are you getting on with your craft along?
Doing well. I just have to add the butterflies.
Oh, I love the colours you've gone for there. Do you have a colour palette that you usually like to go to, or do you like to play with them?
I like to play, but I'm really a pink and purple kind of girl.
Yeah, me too. I'm all about the purples. Susie, when did you start crafting?
I've been crocheting since I was little, maybe 9 or 10 years old. I didn't get into paper crafting until I was pregnant with my daughter, so 14 years ago.
Oh, that's wonderful. What was it about paper craft that made you want to get into it? Why did you become inspired by that?
Honestly, I saw Martha Stewart and her punches on HSN and I was flabbergasted. I had to try them out, and once I tried them out, I was completely hooked.
Sorry,
so
as soon as you said
from Crafter's Companion to make the card shapes,
yeah,
and the punches from Martha Stewart, and that's it.
As soon as you said Martha Stewart, Craig was up on his feet. Oh, wow.
What an absolute legend when it comes to the crafting industry. Did you have our ones, you know, where you had the corner paper stamp and then you had the border ones and you had to line them up? All hail Martha
and then
Stewart.
the sides, it goes all around the page if you cut it the right shape. I also have the circle ones that goes around, like makes like a doily.
Oh, I never managed to get them, but yeah, the corner and border ones.
Hundreds of punches.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, I've still got them. Shamedly, they are still up in my loft, obviously, since I moved. Everything's Crafter's Companion at the moment. Oh, but you saying that's actually got me wanting to dig them out again. Oh, they were genius. Loved them.
There's a couple of them that I use on a regular basis that stay. That they make like little ribbon and borders and stuff that are nice.
Oh, brilliant.
This is the great stuff about all of this crafting equipment, isn't it? That, you know, Susie's saying, you know, when she was pregnant, sort of 13, 14 years ago, she bought these elements. You've still got them now and you still craft with them. It really is just wonderful. Susie, obviously you mentioned earlier on that you're speaking to us from New Orleans. When I think of New Orleans, I think of colour. Do you get inspired by the things around you?
Absolutely, especially when it comes to Mardi Gras season. You've got your purple and your bright greens and your golds, and it's all glitter everywhere. It's fabulous.
I would love to do Mardi Gras.
Oh, so would that's one of the things of why I would love to go to obviously the
it's a lot of fun.
It'd be amazing.
Oh, I bet it's so much fun. Okay, Susie, we're going to let you carry on with your crafting, and I've got some more questions coming up for you a little bit later, but I'll let you carry on whilst you're there. Isn't Susie just... I mean, it's infectious, isn't it? I want to craft and I now want to go to Mardi Gras, maybe do both at the same time. So if you have just tuned in, hi again, it's Craft Along. Lovely to see you. My name's Becky. We're focusing on the abstract stamp and shape dies. Hopefully you're all caught up with us and where we were up to creating the wonderful card that Craig has made for us. So if you do want to seize the moment on all of those, absolutely do. And don't forget, you can get 2 of these for $14, $50 or $20 if you wish. Craig, how are you getting on?
I'm ready to go if we are all ready to go at the same time.
Ready!
Let's go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use a piece of our black cardstock and another piece of our pattern paper. And you can tell, although we're going into the spring and summertime, I really like to go with the fall kind of theme, the autumn kind of theme. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our black card and we're going to cut this one down to 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. So we've got that one here. So then what we're going to do is we're then going to come in with our pattern paper. So we're going to come down 1/4 of an inch like we've done with the side panels. So this one is going to be 4 1/2, and this one's going to be by 6. So I'll go over those two again. So your black is going to be 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. Then your pattern is going to be 4 1/2 by 6. So this then gives us our black matting layer for all the way round that you can see there. But what we're going to want to do is we want to take our craft knife, or maybe you've got a tiny little V-blade trimmer. I'm going with our craft knife, and we're going to take out or gut the centre of our cardstock. Now, if you don't want to do this bit, then what to do is just pause for a second, and then what you'll find is when we come to do the green layer, you'll be able to do a matting layer from that way. Okay. So there is a way around it. If you don't want to do any gutting, then just hang fire for a moment or two.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is about 1/2 an inch from the edge, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut with my craft knife, not all the way down. I'm coming in about 1/2 an inch, and I'm going to cut all the way down, and I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to do the same again. We're going to come in. Another way of saying it measurement wise, against the ruler, I'm coming into the second line in.
Okay.
So if I fold this one over, so I'm using the edge of the ruler, and I'm going 2 blocks in.
Okay.
And that's going against the edge of my black card. And this is what's giving me roughly about 1/2 an inch border.
Okay.
So we can go round, all the way round here. So what we can then do is carry on here. So finishing off these bits into place, working our way round, finishing our border. And then if we need to take little nicks out, then we're finishing that one off. And then I need to come into this bit here and into this bit here, finishing them off. If we need to go in, what you can also do is once you've got your main outline, you can come back in with your scissors and then finish it off that way. So let's snip it. So you can see all the way around has, well, that bit quite hasn't cut. We need to go a bit more heavy-handed. Either that or I need to replace my blade. So let's go in and a wee bit more pressure. I think it's more my blade that needs changed. Working our way around into place.
Perfect.
Any last little bits, free them up with your scissors if needed.
Okay, perfect. Loads of you messaging in. Becky is saying, I have these dies and they are lush. Faye is saying, I'm loving this craft along. Oh, that's lovely to hear. Lorraine's talking about rubbers. I have been called out for years because I say rubbers for what most Americans call rubber bands. Laughy face, laughy face, laughy face.
Okay.
Laughy face. Georgina, I think when she's saying rubber bands, there's very much this around it. Georgina's going, we call them rubber bands, don't we? Like elastic bands. Yeah, I don't think that's what Lorraine means. Georgina's like, no, please ask her to clarify. I don't think we need to. I think we know.
Brilliant.
What does she call a rubber band? I don't know, Georgina. An elastic band, maybe. Aisha's also in saying, so great to see Susie crafting along again. And she says hello to her. Yeah, it's lovely. It's really nice.
Really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love seeing that. I love seeing everyone crafting away.
Yeah, me too. Can't wait to see your pictures in a bit.
So what I've done here is I have popped our pattern paper on top of our cardstock using our double-sided tape. Now, it's not going to matter because no one's going to see this. This wasn't the black layer I was meant to gut.
Right.
It's my next black layer.
Right.
But as you can see, it makes no difference.
No one
goes to
knows.
see. I'm telling you that because I'm away to put that onto my card, and you're going to say, well, why did he gut it?
Yeah.
So you're going to see it anyway, that I didn't need to do it.
Yeah.
But either way, that's what it's going to look like, whether you've got it or not.
But also, you've saved some
Save
cards now.
myself a bit of cardstock.
There you are, perfect.
Absolutely, silver lining.
Yeah.
So there's our front panel. So then what we can then do is come along now, and what we're going to do is cut our green texture card into, where is our guillotine? Here it is here. So taking our green texture cardstock, we're going to cut this one down. So let's go, so we need, where are we? We are then going to cut this one down into 4 inches. And then we are going to be doing this one into, so we're going up, up, up. We are going down into, bear with, 5.5 inches, what we've got here. So that is 5.5 inches by 4 inches.
Okay.
Then what we're going to do is that other piece of cardstock, because we could have used this inside, but it doesn't quite fit for what I'm away to do here. So our next bit of cardstock, we're going to go 1 layer bigger. So we're going to do 4 1/4, and that's going to be 5 3/4. So that gives us our matting layer all the way around.
Okay.
Now, this is the layer that we need to gut.
Okay.
Because what we do, when we die cut this layer here, what's going to happen is you're just going to see black all the way through. So what happens is we want a black matting layer, however, we want to be able to see the pattern paper.
I see.
So
Fabulous.
we need to gut out this one. So
Perfect.
otherwise, you know, really there would be no point in putting much pattern paper because you're not going to see it.
Yeah.
So what we can then do now is bringing in this layer with our craft knife. I'm going to do exactly the same. So still roughly about 1/2 inch or 2 blocks in, and I'm going to go around all 4 edges, Becky.
Okay, perfect. Well, whilst you're doing that, we've got some more messages in. Jay is saying, over 10 years ago, I gave away a ton of tools like the crocodile, the ATG tape runner, supplies and tons of stamps. Now, because of the pandemic, I'm back into crafting, repurchasing a lot of supplies. Oh, well, Jay, it's lovely that you sort of gave all of those things away and you've brought joy to other people. I think that's lovely. But it's nice that you've gotten back into it and you found a little bit of a new hobby.
Do you know how or why I'd be kicking myself?
Go on.
Who did you say that was?
It was Jay.
Jay.
On YouTube.
I also have a crocodile, and I know how expensive they can be. So I too would be kicking myself as well. But isn't it funny how, you know, times change, things happen, and you sometimes get back into something that you thought you never would.
Definitely.
You thought, I'm done with it, I don't have time, I don't have an interest. And sometimes no one ever wanted what's happened this past 1.5 years, 2 years to have happened. But you've always got to look at a positive. And, you know, in some ways it does bring a positives in something. It brings people back together.
Yeah.
It brings love back into someone's life, whether it's crafting, whether it's a hobby, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So in the scale of things, you know, always try and look for the positives. As I say in life, always try and look for the positives and focus on them. So it's good at being able to get back into crafting of some sort.
Definitely, it's wonderful, Jay. Thank you for that message, and I'm so glad that you've refound sort of a passion and a love. Patricia's got a quick question.
Absolutely.
The glass mat, when you use a craft knife on it, doesn't it scratch?
Nope, not at all. It's ultra smooth. It's shatterproof. Now, if you hold it in the air and drop it, it will break.
Yeah.
But it won't shatter in a gazillion pieces.
No.
So no, it is ultra smooth. Your craft knife just glides on it. Now, using a glass mat will prolong your craft knife longer than a self-healing mat.
Yeah.
But you know, it's horses and courses, whatever you find better, because the glass mat, your craft knife glides on it. Sometimes that can give you too much free-flowing movement, whereas a self-healing mat, it's as if it's digging in, and it's the self-healing mat is holding the craft knife, and it's slowly dragging where you need to go. So a lot of people like myself find it easier using a glass mat, but absolutely not. If anything, it's going to prolong your craft knife a lot longer than an actual self-healing mat will.
Perfect, thank you.
So hopefully that one helped.
Yeah, that's very useful.
And do you know something? It's good. I always have mine, you know, on my either the videos or Facebook Lives that I do, I always have my glass mat in front of me. I do everything on it.
I'll be honest, I've never cut on a glass mat before.
Have you not?
No. Self-healing mat, always. But I'd be interested to give it a go.
It is one of those that, you know, you have to try it well, I say to believe. However, if someone like yourself, you're absolutely happy with your self-healing mat, really, there's no reason for you to try a glass mat, is there?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I do, yeah.
Unless you see a good deal or it's been gifted to you or whatever it is, when you're happy with something, you know, it has to be something big for you to, do you know what, I'm going to give it a go.
Definitely.
So, yeah, so that's the difference between the two of them. But what we're doing now is we're taking our green cardstock, and I'm going to pop my die in here, so we can then pop our die into the middle, and then I'm going to come in with my low tack tape, and once again I'm going to pop my low tack tape into the little aperture die cut piece, because it's actually the full outside that we want, running this one through. And what we're also going to do is just a couple of these little die cut bits we are also going to keep to decorate our sentiment. And it's not actually any of the leaf bits, it is just a couple of these ones here. It's like the little foliage parts.
They're so pretty.
They're really pretty. And don't discard these, because even if you've got no intention of using them on this project, if you like to do your flower form and foam, or even your paper craft flowers, use them as the decoration, as the backdrop.
They'd be quite cute with the Lee Holland, the new
Absolutely.
little cute characters that we've
Yeah,
done.
they would.
Having like the badger peeping out of the fern and stuff.
That'd be so good, wouldn't it? Yeah, so think about all your different character stamps or stamps that you've got that you'd want to use elsewhere, and bring them into the fold. So what I can do is take these bits out here. I don't need them. Let's just take a couple. I might not need all these little bits, but I've got them if needed. So we will now have our die cut abstract focal point, and then we'll have our black clear that we have created our own little aperture in. So you see now, you can see straight through to the glass mat.
Yes.
You see no black card other than all the way round.
Yeah.
So I think at this point, what I'll do is I'll glue this bit together, and then I think we'll take a pause.
Perfect.
And then we'll come on and we'll create the shaker element.
Great.
Perfect. So because this is an aperture part, what I'm doing is I'm going round the edges with my adhesive. I'm going to layer this one up. Let's take that little bit there and press that into place. I'm going to press, making sure that's nice and sturdy. Very quickly, I'll reiterate those sizes. So the black layer, that was 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. Then our green layer was 4 inches by 5 1/2. Created our aperture using our craft knife. If you've got a V-blade trimmer, you could use it that way. But then there is what will become our shaker front very, very shortly.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for showing us that, Craig. If you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, I love that, and I like the idea of this as a background or this is a background, and you want to top up on your papers, then this is a lovely way to do it, because I am bringing to you your spring fever. Here in the UK, it is spring bank holiday, so it is the perfect time to get these in your stash, because of course, these ones are really summery feeling. Let me show you what you're going to get inside. So these are 8 inches by 8 inches. It's a paper, so it's a 160 GSM, which if you are new, is to do with the thickness of it, basically. So this is a little bit thicker than your normal paper that you would run through for printing, for example. And these are the ones you get. I love this one. Anyone else looking at this and thinking it's a bit sort of Liberty print? I could so imagine that on a Liberty print. I think it's lovely. You've got some wonderful tile details here. I feel like that's got a touch of the Twiggy about it. I've got stripes for you. Great if you're doing summertime vibes, maybe for your deck chairs, or if you're planning on doing a Father's Day card. I feel like this would be a really nice shirt for a Father's Day card. You can make a little pocket on it, put some buttons. I've got this one here, which is loads of lovely little hearts. How perfect would this be with the heart aperture that we've got in the abstract? It'd work lovely, wouldn't it? Then I've got some more stripes for you going this way. We've got your dots for you, your lovely polka dots. Then we've got smaller polka dots. And we've got them against the pink as well in that smaller size. You've then got your zig and or zag, which is a bit like an optical illusion. I will not wiggle this because I know it makes you a bit funny, but it does look like an optical illusion. Look, can you see? It looks like it's moving, doesn't it? Ooh. As well as that, I've got your wonderful daisies. I like this colour palette. And then I've got your interwoven. So if you're into your weaving, you've got the sort of weft going one way, the other going, and you can see them actually interlink with each other. Your florals. And then I've got the same fabric look, but with the pink. So these are all of those ones. Perfectly paired up with the bright colours too. Both of those ones, 80 sheets in total, and you're saving 25% on those ones today at $17.23 or $20.92 in dollars. Let me bring to you, this is one of my favourites, and I actually have this paper pad and I was working with it the other day and I'm using the star versions in it. I love this one because it really is all occasions. I think actually if you called this all seasons as well, that could work quite well. Let me show you these ones. I love them. You have got here one of my favourite paper pads of recent days. You've got these beautiful bright hues in them, but as you can see, they really are all year round, all seasons. You've got florals here. This is one of my favourites. I've not managed to work with this one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. You've got this one here, which is really geometric, very on trend, quite subtle though, which is nice. You've got this one here, which has got a real gingham feel to it as well. Exactly, yeah, no, exactly that. That's completely what I was going to say. Said no one ever. We've also got for you these florals, which if I just flip to the front again, you'll see it's the same design, but sort of antonym of colours. So that means they can work really nicely together. I don't want to miss any because I want you to see all of them. You've got these tendrils, you've got the stripes, which is one of my favourites. You've got more of your wonderful lianas on the orange background. This one I think is a great unisex one. Lovely tartan design. Fab, that one, isn't it? Lovely tartan design, very unisex. I've got your polka dotties, but can you see in this one you've got the white dots, but then you've also got a pale pink dot. I really like that one. It'd go great with the Peter Rabbit fabric we did the other day. This is also one of my favourites. This for me is almost like a modern twist on a Kath Kidson kind of feel to it, that one. Then you've got your big bright orange background with your flowers. This is the one that Craig was using. You can see that Craig's been using this half, but can you see how you've got more of the greens in here as well? So it is very sort of autumn through to spring. And actually the leaves do change slightly in it as well. You've got another tartany one here. Then you've got your sort of fabric look one. Again, it's almost got like a gauze feel to it, this I think is a really nice backer for photographs as well. I quite like textures like that. This one just makes me smile. It makes me really happy. I feel like I'd like to kind of make a little pinny out of it. And then you've got...
Can you actually be any happier, Becky?
Honestly, I just love it. I really do. Then you've got your wonderful details. And these are the ones that I was working on literally a couple of days ago. I love this background. I'm doing a card for my great nephew. But yeah, I love this background. And then you've got the wood grain effects. All of these colours work perfectly with... Ta-da! Your massive 72-piece bright sets that we're bringing to you. Both of those, and just as a sort of matter of sound, you're getting a lot in there. It's £26 or $33 for you today. So there's loads of you treating yourself to.
Becky, can I just quickly say as well, see that 8x8 card pad that we've got there?
Yeah.
It's obviously, it's different in the fact of our 12x12 because our 12x12 is textured, that's smooth. You guys know at home, again, as I reiterate, like Becky and all of us here, we are crafters, so we do have other brands that we love as well. You know how much I adore Basil Basics / which is now American Crafts, under the American Crafts brand. I love Basil Basics. I'm going to say that is on a par of Basil Basics, if not maybe potentially a wee bit more when it comes to that. So, you know, our other ones are great quality. They're textured. I know Basil, American Crafts, they do it as well, but there's something about that whopper of a pad that's ultra smooth, the look, the feel, just something about it I adore. And that's why I've stocked up on a couple of pads, you know, not over the last couple of days, but the last week or so. Such worthwhile. So if you're humming and hawing, think, when it comes to our cardstock, Basil Basics / American Crafts, and you will not be disappointed.
Perfect. Oh, well, treat yourself to those ones then. Loads of you have been getting interactive with us on social, which is always so nice. Plenty of you. Trudy's talking about the glass mat, and she's saying, I love my glass mat, and I didn't realise how much until I used it. And I used it away from my crafting area, away from my desk. And I used the dining room table and then the scared face. Sounds like you've had a little bit of an issue there. I hope everything's all good. Nona is saying she loves that pad, and the green stripy one would look good as well-tended lawns. You know, with the stripes in it.
Oh yeah, they would.
Great for maybe a tennis card as well.
Yeah. Actually, it reminds me, my neighbours on Saturday night were having a party.
Oh, lovely.
I know. Very kindly. They private messaged me on Instagram, and
yeah.
I seen their name pop out and knew who it was. I was like, wait, get an invite. They're like, just to let you know, we're having a load of friends round. Hopefully you're okay with that. Any noise, just give us a message and we'll turn it down. I was like, oh, thanks. I was like, okay, well, no, they were very fun. But yeah, they were playing like tennis or ping pong in the garden. There was a few times I kept seeing it going over my back garden.
Oh.
So who's that in my garden? They were getting the ball.
Oh,
but yeah, I thought, oh well.
That sounds like a lovely party. Next time you might be invited.
Well, they're not coming to mine when I have you guys round.
We have got so much more to come. We're going to give you time to catch up on the craft along, and whilst we do, let's learn a little bit more about our US shipping.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome back to Crafters TV. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. We love having your company and we love to know that you are crafting along. The thing we're focusing on today is our abstract shape, stamp and dies. And these ones you're going to be getting today. Your price and details are on screen and there are loads of different effects that you can get in here. We've got the star detail one, which if you love this card, do retune in to Craft Along from, the Wake Up Call with Craig from earlier on, because he taught us how to make this wonderful card. But you're getting all of these different designs, including but not limited to all of these ones. So you can definitely be inspired. And today we are doing a craft along. Susie's crafting along. We're going to be nattering to her again in a moment, which is always lovely. But for more inspiration, this is one of the dies we're working with at the moment with the fabulous Craig.
Indeed, we're going to finish this off, and I just have to say, this has got to be my favourite craft along I've done.
Yeah.
Really, I think we've got the timing right, expanding out to the show, good interaction with you. You guys are really watching.
Yeah, it's fab.
I was concerned, and I said it to the team, it's Bank Holiday Monday, it's Memorial Day, obviously weekend for you guys stateside. I wasn't sure many would be watching live. You've proved me wrong, and not just that, we all appreciate the fact that you're spending your long weekend with us.
We really
thank
do.
you so much. But let's get this card finished. So we got to our last layer here, where we've got it all good to go. We're going to bring in some acetate now, and what we want to do is cut a layer just small enough, or what you can do is cut it the same size that we cut our green cardstock. So what we're going to take is take in our acetate here, and I just want to double check because it's totally gone out my head because I've got all these measurements in my head. Let's cut this down to 4 inches by, and then my other way I done it as 5.5. So 4 by 5, and what that does is that makes it just smaller than your black layer here. I know you can't see it, it is there. Then what we can do is bring in our tape runner, and for this one I'm going to go all around the edges because obviously the acetate is quite full in size, so it's going to go near the edge. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to come in at a couple little angles here. I want to make sure that that adhesive is fully stuck down. And what you could have done as well, if you want to use maybe a little bit of spray or something, even a few dots of tacky glue, will take a while to dry, but a few dots of tacky glue just to hold down your aperture when you pop your acetate on. Okay. I'm not overly concerned. I want to make sure that all that adhesive is stuck. Or of course you could have used your dotty tape runner. So what we're doing now is pressing our acetate into place. So we've now got our acetate back abstract. Then what we're going to do is we're going to need our foam on a roll. And Georgina is, seeing as Joe's not here, Georgina and George are singing the foam on a roll song. Is it Ben that sings it? Oh, it's Ben that sings it. Ben. Ah. I think Joe started as well, is he not? It's one of them anyway. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go all the way around the edges. And if anything, if this makes it easier for anyone, I'm kind of crossing over the black line with my foam pad. Okay. No specific reason. I'm just kind of doing that to help you out at home so you know how far to the left or the right that you come. So I'm going to do the same again, but when you're making your shaker, make sure you put your foam on a roll right up to the edge of the last side, and then we're going to work our way around. We're going to snip, and then what we're going to do is we're going to press right up as far as we can go, and we're going to press, and then to finish off again. So what I like to do at this point is make it a bit longer than I need. Just makes it a lot more easier to position. I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to press all the way along, and then when I get to this crossing point, I'm going to cross over just maybe a mil or so over what I actually need, and then I'm going to use my pokey tool, and I'm going to gently just pop that into place so it's nice and flush and it's flat and it's against all 4 edges there. Lovely. That means that we've got that perfect seamless gap all the way round, which then means we can pop our shaker. What you can also do if you want, I don't tend to do this, if you feel this is a lot of wasted area, you could come along and block it off with your foam on a roll to make sure that your shaker elements only stay in the middle. I like it to have that more natural free-flowing movement when you shake it and you look at it. I like it when it falls in from all different angles. But that is an option if you want, but we're not. So let's come back in with our main pattern layer. So this one we're going to stick onto our card blank first. So we're going to go all the way around with our adhesive tape, or your choice of adhesion. We can then come back in with our main card that we've created. And then whatever way, if you feel it easier, fold it out or on top. I'm then going to come along and I'm going to press this down into place. Holding that one in, so there is now our back layer. So what we're then going to do at this point, I'm going to fold it out slightly, because what I'm going to do is bring in all of these butterflies that we've die cut. And before we pop them on, we're going to take the backing off our foam on a roll. So take all of them. I find it easier to actually pop my shaker elements onto the actual base where we want it to go. Right. So if I do it this way, because what would happen, Becky, if you put them into the middle just now, then for you to try and guide to put that on where you need it to go, even I wouldn't get it in the right place. So what I've done is I've got my card. Now what I am also going to do, just to flatten this, you might have a cup or a mug or something. I'm going to use a little bit of our low tack tape just to hold it down. So what I'm doing is I'm going to come in with our shaker elements. Now I might not use them all, but we'll put some, you know what, yeah, well, let's pop them on. And I'm not concerned if one side's textured and one side's smooth. That I'm not concerned of. I want to have them all into here. So I'm getting them in the middle. We can then come on with our shaker front, and then we can press, and then make sure I'm going to peel that one off carefully. And then I'm going to press, make sure it's nicely secured all the way down and all the way around. Then this gives us our shaker element. If you've got a pile sitting in the middle, just give your card a tap, because that's where all the multitude of layers of paper die cuts are sitting. So you just need to give it a good bit of a shake and a tap or a bang to get them going.
Perfect.
Then what we can do is we can take some of these off-cut bits that came off the original layer, you know, for the workings in the middle.
Yes.
And then we'll do a little bit of stamping. So let's go for our 2 stamp sets. Let's go for Missing You. And then let's mix and match. Let's go for Missing You and Dreams Come True. That's what I used on my original one, so we'll follow that. So let's move that out the way and that out the way. So if you see here, so our Dreams Come True, they're just slightly big, you see that width-wise. So what we can do is I'm going to come in with my guillotine, and each of them. So let's go for our Missing You. So I can see from my guillotine it's 2 inches in length. So let's do 2 1/4. And then this one, it is 1/2 inch in height. So I'm going to go 3/4 inch, which is just where our little lines end on our guillotine. So that gives me the perfect, if I can pick it up, my perfect mat for my Missing You. So while we're there, let's take another bit of the off-cut orange, which came from your die cut piece. So once again, so this time we're going to go 1/4 inch bigger. So let's go 1 inch by, what did I say that one was? That one's 2 1/4. So let's go by 2 1/2. So that gives me my matting layer for that one. And then last but not least, we'll go for Dreams Come True. So this one is actually 1 3/4 inches in length. So let's go 2 inch. So whether it's stamp panels, whether it's mats and layers, I always go 1/4 inch bigger than I need to be. And the width of this one is 3/4 inch. So let's go 1 inch. and then you'll be able to see that's also my perfect mat for my sentiment.
Great.
So what we can do to finish this off before we stamp it out, do the same. So that one is 1 inch. So let's pop that one out. So let's do 1 1/4. If I can line it up. 1 1/4. And then what we're also going to do is let's turn it around. And that one was 2 inches. So let's do 2 1/4. So there's our 2 layers now. So what we can do, Becky, is stamp these ones, pop them onto our card with these little flourishes here, and we will be good to go. So let's move them. Now I don't think I've popped it onto the list, so you can absolutely use your water reactive black, noir black, to stamp with if you want.
Okay.
You're going to get a better impression with either your quick dry or your alcohol proof. If you've not had time to get it, although I know what you crafters are like, you'll have them to hand, I would suggest using the alcohol proof or your quick dry.
Okay.
I'm using my stamp mat as well. So let's get our 2 panels out. So I'm going to pop on Missing You, like that. Even if you've got your larger platform, you can use that as well if you want. Or maybe you've got little acrylic blocks that I sometimes use as well for small stamps. So let's stamp that into the middle. So we've got Missing You. We can then take this one off. We're going to pop on Dreams Can Come True. They were having a little sing-song in my ear.
Absolute tune.
Yeah.
Who sung that? I've
Is it
forgotten.
Gabrielle?
Gabrielle. Look at me, babe. I'm with you.
Dreams can come true. That's all we're allowed to sing, isn't it? Is it 10 seconds or something on
that was
social
10
media?
seconds, but yeah.
But I
Yeah.
also think at S Club 7, Never Had a Dream Come True. Think of that song sometimes.
Oh, never had a dream come true till the day that I found
Yeah.
you. Oh,
Love about S Club 7.
what an anthem.
What an absolute anthem. Reach
I
for the
saw
stars.
S Club Party, which is S Club 7, but when they weren't a 7 anymore. So I went. They called themselves S Club Party, and there was only 3 of them.
It was,
And the bits where it's the song where it's like Tina's doing her dance, John's looking for
Oh, yeah.
romance and all the rest of it, they just went silent for those bits and waited to their own.
really, did that? Did that actually go silent?
Yeah.
That's
it was just like
brilliant.
one backing singer sung.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Now, I seen them
I had
when
a
they
great
were S Club 7.
Okay.
That was right at the start, and I was just like a little teeny bopper, you know.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, for those who don't know S Club 7, it is a pop band made up of ladies and gents from the noughties, would you say?
Yeah.
Early noughties. And they also had a TV show, didn't they?
They
Where they
did.
would sing lots of pop songs as well.
Loved them.
It was good.
So stamped up, layered up using my double-sided tape, and then what I've done is I've popped a foam pad, or you could use your foam on a roll. Then coming in now with my Follow Your Dreams, what I'm going to do is pop that at a slight bit of an angle and then press in. And then what I'm going to do, 2 things to finish off. Let's bring in either your dotty tape runner or your tacky glue. I'll just use my tacky glue. I'm going to take a couple of these. So I'm going to run a tiny little bit of tacky glue down the centre, and let's pop that at a little angle there. Let's hold for a second. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same on this one here. And then what I'm going to do for this one is you decide where you want it to go. I'm going to go, let's go that way there. And then I'm just checking to see, is my hot glue gun on? Oh, it is actually. Very rarely use it, that I don't always put it on. Let's take a bow. This is the last thing that we're going to do. Popping a bow on. Use your glue gel if you want, or maybe you don't want a little ribbon or bow. I'm going to pop that here. Press for a few moments. And then there we go. There is.
I
card
love
pop-out.
it. I love
We've
it.
done completely from scratch. So we can turn it round. So we've created our
Craig, it's
shaker
fab.
element. So we'll get that
Craig,
shaken.
It's fab. I love it.
All made from scratch on the craft along.
Isn't that so fabulous? Thank you so much for that,
You're
Craig.
very welcome.
Okay, you've now got time to finish off and send a picture. If you send that in with the next 3 minutes, we may well be able to show it. We are going to be able to say hello to Susie again in a little bit. We're just going to give her again another 2-3 minutes to finish off what she's making. So we'll have a look at that. I know that some of you are already sending your pictures in, so thank you for that. We'll have a look at them if we get a chance. So let me bring to you, you've noticed that Craig used quite a few different types of glues throughout that, so let me stock you up if you need it. Tape, glues and glues collection. So I'm going to be bringing to you different types of glue now. You've got your tape pen. You've seen Craig use it. You hold it down, you roll it. You've got your dotty tape pen here, so it's great for little intricate bits, although you can use it on larger areas too if you want. As well as that, I've got your all-purpose cloud glue. This is a wonderful glue. It dries nice and clear. Lovely little nib at the end there. We use it so often. You've then got your red liner tape in here. This one's your 6mm, so it's nice for those finer areas. And you also have your foam. It's double-sided. It is a lovely thickness to give a little bit of a layering. And this is the type of one you want to use when you're doing your shaker cards. All of those together, you're saving 30%. £12 only. To be completely honest, you know, when you're purchasing ones like this, they're normally a couple of quid each. And that one, you're getting some real freebies here, aren't you? So that is your glue collection. As well as that glue collection, we've had some other essentials that you probably use a fair old amount in the show today, and this is one set of them. 12 inches by 12 inches card stock we brought to you. We've got the textured cardstock, and these are the ones that Craig was working with. These are your colours that you have got here today. These are your brights, and they are bright and beautiful. They are so fun feeling. They've got a lovely delicate texture to them, which gives them a lovely finish. They've got that sort of satin sheen. But these ones here, you've got your brights, and then you've also got your pastels. So these are your pastel colours that we've got. And although they're pastel colours or baby colours, if you will, they've still got a real nice impact to them. Oranges, pinks, blues, actually great for any occasion, aren't they? Especially maybe young people cards, christenings, etc. So you've got both of those ones today. Should be £40 nearly, or $50, but today you're getting them for just $29.98 or $37.42. So that's a tenner that you're saving there. If you do want to seize the moment on those ones, now's your chance. If you've just tuned in, don't worry, we've just done a craft along. But if you do want to watch this back, just save this, you know, like this one, save it, and you'll be able to watch back. You will need to grab your hands on these though, and I will actually grab some more treats for you to have a look at. But yes, we have got here for you the Abstract Shape collection, and there's loads in here, as you can see. I just want to show you some that we've been given here. This one is by lovely Maggie, and this is a shaker card, which I think really does add different elements, because actually what you've got in here is your shaker gems in here. Can you see them rolling around? So we have got in this collection the likes of your butterfly wishes. You've also got the love hearts, and we've got, I love this one for paper piecing. How fabulous does that look? So that's your Abstract Shape with the celebration cake. You've got these stars. Craig actually made this one for us earlier on in the wake up call. So if you did want to follow that demo, once you've got them, then you absolutely and completely can. Let me show you this other one as well, which Craig was saying earlier on. He did with a airbrush sort of machine. So if you did want to create that, then you can. We've got just some more inspiration here for you, which I just think is fabulous. So if you have been inspired and you do want to create these, now is your chance. You can buy them, you can get them all in together. That one's cold. Or you can, of course, buy just two. And if you do just want to get two, because we've had quite a few messaging in actually. Just before I forget, Linda mentioned on the morning that it was her birthday, and I've just had another message through from Evelyn, who says, I'm spending my birthday with you today. So we've got 2 birthday viewers today.
That was Evelyn.
Yeah, Evelyn and Linda from this morning.
Happy birthday, Evelyn. I hope you're having a lovely day. I hope you're having some fun just crafting away. I think we said happy birthday as well this morning, didn't we?
We did indeed. Yeah, Linda.
Linda as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, happy birthday to Linda as well. But Evelyn, happy birthday to anyone else that's celebrating their birthday, you know, whether it's yourself or friends or the family. Best wishes to you all.
What a great show for it, right?
Brilliant.
It's a lovely one,
Excellent.
isn't it? Loads of you are saying that you're sending in your pictures and you've been really inspired. And just as a reminder, I think it was Aisha, said before that the butterfly and the cake are really tempting her. If you did just want to grab 2 of them as opposed to the whole collection, it's £14.50 or $20. Whilst you're all catching up, before we speak to Susie and before we natter to the rest of you, have we got time to squeeze another little treat in?
Well, we do, and actually this is going to make you smile even more. So instead of doing a full-on next demo,
Okay.
if you see, well, whether you've seen Wake Up Call or whether you didn't, but you've seen the comments so far, you guys loved the Gilding flakes.
Yeah.
And you're saying that you're going to go back and watch it again. Well, do you know what? Let's do it again. But this time we're going to use the balloons. And what I'll do is, because we don't have enough time for a full demo, but I've got enough time to show you the basic concepts of doing it, starting from scratch. So let's take the remainder of that double-sided adhesive sheet that we used within Craft Along, and I've taken in a piece of our white smooth stamping card. So what I'm going to do to make it slightly easier for myself, I'm going to chop off the end bit that we've already used. So I've now got a full sheet, not a specific size, not that it matters just now. So I'm then going to take this full back in. Now something as big as this, I explained within Wake Up Call, don't bin these because these are non-stick, so they're good for the backing of your foam pads.
Great.
But what I'm now going to do is, on the sticky side, I'm going to go face down onto my white smooth stamping card. So what we're going to do is press that down. So I've now got an adhesive backed side here. So let's come in and I'm going to square this one off. So let's cut it so the full sheet is adhesive. So that's now all adhesive backed.
Great.
So that, let's square it off. So I'm going to square off the edges. Now we can, let's just go 6.5 by 6.5. So 6.5 by 6.5, and what we've got is adhesive backed. Let's go in with a bit of pink, and what we can do, instead of coming down 1/4 of an inch, let's go down 1/2 an inch. So let's do 6 by 6. This is from the pastels. So we've got this one here. Let's bring in our love heart, and we can then pop this one through. Now, because I was only planning on doing that demo on Wake Up Call, I've only got gold with me. Not that it matters, because gold and pink work,
Yeah, they definitely do.
and silver or gold is the exact same product, irrelevant of what colour you use. So you're going to do exactly like I'm doing here. So we're going to die cut this top panel. Now this goes for these aperture dies, but you're going to follow this exact same concept if you're going to do create a card dies. Maybe you've got the big scene, or getting the big scene create a card dies that we've got on Monday Makers.
Yeah.
You do exactly the same as what I'm doing. You're just replacing the die instead. Do the Gilding flakes behind there. As I talked about in Wake Up Call, I am trying to get the guys in the team to get some what's called flake glue, or stays sticky glue, so that you can stamp your images and use the Gilding flakes. So what we can do, well, what I actually said, yeah, Georgina, is I am nagging them. And even after today, when they come back in the office tomorrow, I'm going to keep nagging them again.
Great plan.
Because we were talking about it. So I am trying, but you can use your Gilding flakes in so many ways. What you could do, let's peel the backing off. So this is now all sticky on cardstock. Coat this in the Gilding flakes if you want. Start to die cut it and emboss it.
Nice.
So let's get this released. So what we're then going to do is I'm going to, oh, we've dropped that a bit too soon, not to worry, caught it in time. What I'm going to do now is let's pop our layer on top. I'm getting it as straight as I can. press it into place. Use your sheet, because it's non-stick, use it to flatten out this full area.
Great.
So we're going to press. So that means now we've got our die cut abstract image, but all the white area on the outside and the inside is sticky. I don't advise to do this because you don't want to lose any tackiness, but it is sticky.
Great.
You can see here. Bringing in our flakes, whether it's gold, copper or silver, or it could be glitter, it could be micro beads, anything like that. And we're taking a big clump, a big handful, and what we're going to do is we're going to spread it all the way around. Try not to do it with the fan on, the window open, if you are, having a big conversation with someone or breathing heavy, because these are so light as a feather, they'll blow everywhere. So what I can do is, with my fingers, I'm taking away all this excessness away. And then what I'm doing is, you do get specific little scrouchy things for flakes, but you could use the backing of your blending foam. And I'm going along and I'm taking all this excessness off. So just popping it all the way along, taking it away, and we're taking that excess. The more you use it, the smaller the bits will become in the container. And when you get some, please do decant it into a larger container, because if you've never used Gilding flakes before, it expands and you will never get it back into the little tub. Never in a million years.
No, they go absolutely everywhere. My dog only has to look at them and they erupt everywhere.
Yep. And then there we go.
Oh, I love it.
We've got
Whip
our
wheel.
gilded flakes. But as I say, just to reiterate again, it doesn't have to be the abstract. You can be using that with any of your cut-in dies.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely any of them.
Oh, I love that technique, and it was a bonus technique. Thank you so much, Craig.
You're welcome.
Just to let you know, we are by default saying that the make of the show is the craft along. I hope that's all good with you. So yes, we don't forget, we'll be voting on a demo of the show in the next show, then demo of the week and demo of the month. So loads of inspiration still to come. Speaking of inspiring, Susie, how are you getting on?
I'm good. I'm all done. I just have to do the sentiment.
Okay, let us have a look.
We've got the shaker
Oh, wow.
That looks fabulous.
and the inside with the butterflies, just like yours, Craig.
Oh, but I've actually got goosebumps. I love seeing the finished result. Oh, brilliant.
That looks fantastic.
To add a sentiment, I'm not sure what I want the sentiment to be yet.
And that's the joy of a craft along. You craft along with us, you can change things, or you can then add things or change things afterwards. It's entirely up to yourself. Oh, thank you so much for showing us that, Susie. That was lovely.
Thank you, Craig. This was one of the best craft alongs I've done in a long time.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So lovely.
That's
you.
lovely. How have you found doing the craft along today? You've obviously had fun. Are you going to join us for another one at some point soon?
Actually, I am on Thursday.
Yay! Oh,
Y'all are
Thursday.
going to be sick of me. I want new blood.
Never.
Never. I don't believe it for a second.
It's so much fun. I want other people to come on so we can learn about them and their crafting and where they are and what they do.
Is that one of your favourite things, Susie, about kind of Crafters TV and the crafting as a whole, the kind of crafters community?
Absolutely. So many nice people that I've met in the last year watching Crafters TV. It's amazing.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Susie, what are you up to with the rest of your day, please? What have you got planned?
I'm going to make more cards.
Yay! Perfect. Susie, thank you so much for crafting along with us today. It really has been wonderful.
Thank you for having me, and we'll see you on Thursday.
We will see you on Thursday. It's going in my diary.
Excellent.
Bye,
Nice to see you, Susie.
Bye.
We have had loads of pictures sent in. As Susie was just saying then, it really is a crafting community, and we've had some of our family members send in pictures, so let's have a little nosy. We've got one in from Val is in with...
Oh, look.
Oh, nice colour. Oh, that's quite bold. I like the strength of the difference in colours.
It is. It's nice, and that's even if it's changing the layer depth of that, it's totally different, and it looks phenomenal. Love
Yeah,
it.
here's the inside of Val's card with the pop-up.
Look at that.
That's lovely. I like that colouring.
So nice. And that's what I like. Don't get me wrong, I love it when you copy us exactly, but I also love it when you add little bits or change little bits. It's nice to see too.
Yeah, you have your own spin. We've also got this one in from Penguins.
Oh, love penguins. Love that. Absolutely love it. Look at the mats and layers. Mwah, spot on.
That feels really springtime, doesn't it? This is the inside of Penguins. Oh, summertime.
So bringing the autumn into the summer, eh?
Yeah, I love those colours in there again. This is the brilliant thing, isn't it? Being able to put your own spin on things.
That's it. That is it. You know, and it was good what obviously Susie said there as well a minute ago. I think a lot of people are scared or worried because like, oh, I don't want to be seen on Crafters TV. But trust me, the guys in the gallery, it's George and Georgina, or it's either Johnny or Charlotte. They're so at ease, they're so relaxed, and hopefully by seeing what Susie says and past crafters that have appeared, you will hopefully you'll tune in and join us live again.
Absolutely. Absolutely wonderful. I have just had a question that I don't want to miss just because it's the last question I've just got. Panda is saying the back end of what, sorry, Craig?
The what, sorry?
Apparently you were talking about something's back end.
Back end. Was that not the thong?
Do you know what? I'm going to move on.
Yeah, I would.
Mary's in saying, oh, this collection's really growing on me. And Pamela has said, oh, thank you, Craig. I've tried unsuccessfully 3 times to make Gilding flakes work. So that demo's really helped.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad we're even to do it in the middle of the craft along. And that's a good thing with us being live and interactive with you, is that we can even answer these things straight away.
Definitely. Dieta, you've said that you've sent in a picture, the abstract dies that you made it for a birthday card, but we don't seem to be able to find it. So if you could send that in again, then maybe we can show it in the Monday Makers, which is the show after as well. If you do want to treat yourself, don't forget we've got the wonderful abstract collection there, and we've got Monday Makers coming up. That's starting here at 7 o'clock UK time, and of course 2 p.m. I'll tell you that in a minute, at 2 p.m. East Coast. On that one, we've got so much, including the likes of your favour boxes, your pop-out sentiments, and we've got the Big Scene Creator card as well for you. So all of that is still to come. We will see you in Monday Makers as well.
See you as well.
We hope to see you there. If you can join us, we'll be back with you in 2 hours for loads more creativity and that Make of the Month. We'll see you then.
Bye.